Okay, so next we're going to talk about the inbox. So in the CQ interface, or the AEM interface, sometimes it's CQ5 workflow is what it's called. But we're basically just going to go through now and just talk about a little bit of the features and the functions, and just get you acquainted with what the UI looks like. It's very straightforward. So from the home page, click on Inbox. And here, again, it's called AEM Workflow, but this is basically where you can manage workflows. So we just want to go through and get you familiar with the icons and how this is set up. It's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll just go ahead and set this up for you. Icons across the top for navigating. We've got our toolbar here, pretty straightforward. You've got refresh, select all, which selects everything, select none, which undoes that selection. If we click on something here, this will allow us to open up that asset. So in this case, it looks like it's a web page. Actually, let's go down to, we'll just go right there. And we're just going to open it up, and you'll see it's going to open up that specific web page in AEM. So as a reviewer, if you wanted to go through and add some comments or take a look at it and add some annotations, we could do that. So that will open up a web page. And then the same thing is true here for an asset. If we were to click on that and click open, it's going to open up an asset. And there's that asset. If we click on this, click complete, will complete the next step. So this is an initiator comment. If we were to click that, it would allow us to do that. Step back and delegate really aren't authorized in this deployment. So we're really not set up to leverage those features at this point. So down below is your UI, and this can be customized to however you want to do this. You can move these columns, and you can pick new columns through these drop downs, through the drop down arrow. Go through and pick out the ones that you want. Just click on or off, toggle it on or off. You can sort these ascending or descending. So you can pretty much go through and just set up this UI the way you want it. So the title is actually the workflow step. You can also add additional comments into this title as well. The item is always a work item, so that might be a column that you might want to get out of there. The content is, again, it's either going to be a web page with a link or a little bit of just an icon if it's an asset with a link as well. Workflow title, I always encourage, these are added during the initiate step. And I think it's a good thing to do if you were, for instance, you had a campaign launch and you wanted to launch 15 pages, you could sort through that. So if you wanted to designate the different workflows that you wanted to do, differentiating them through the title would be a good way. This is who has initiated it and the current assignee. We have start time, when the workflow was started, published, icons for status, modified dates. And then we also have status here as well. So just as it is in the WCM, in the list view, you can go through, mouse over this, and get an idea of the workflow step that it's in and the workflow itself. So you can come here, I'm trying to move that page, and it's in the initiator comment step. You can also go through and see this icon, and that will show you who the workflow is locked by. Sometimes that's an important thing. If I was an administrator and wanted to go through and determine, well, who's got that locked, that's where I could do it. Also, I wanted to call out, this is an admin view, even though this is similar to what you'll be seeing. You're probably not going to have the complexity of this many listings and or the diversity of so many different workflows in your world. But because I'm an admin on the training server, I see all this. So you might just have 15 or 10. If you're an approver, this might get more complex, but if you're a web author, you're just going to see the workflows that are assigned specifically to you. So during the workflow demonstration, we actually go through and do that. That's not the import of this demonstration, so we're not going to do that. But say this was initiate a comment and you went through and did that, completed it and added your comments, that workflow would go out of your list view here. So it's a pretty straightforward UI. Again, we've got these columns that are all customizable. There's some sorting function up here that's pretty straightforward. Again, this information is in the Getting Acquainted PDF. So we go through and talk about workflows and work items and tools. Specific, if you wanted to sort this based on a particular workflow, you can do that here. And then also, if you wanted to, as an admin, go through and say any items or assign to specific users. So again, if you end up managing a group and you just want to see Bob's, the workflows that Bob has, if this gets to be a pretty complicated UI or display, you can go through and sort them there. And of course, reset and then help. And at the bottom, if you end up with multiple pages, you can just scroll down to here. So that really is the AEM inbox. We will have more demonstrations on how to actually work with a workflow in the area of the training that covers workflows.